What's going on, guys? Bruce here with Bullish Currency, back at you with another Shiba Inu update, guys. But as usual, please make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, because you never know which one of these updates will be a huge help, right? For you or for whoever sees it when you share it. And definitely comment below, because maybe you know something that can definitely help us out over here as well. So definitely appreciated. And guys, as always, everything in these videos and on this channel is not financial advice. It is purely for entertainment and education purposes. Do not just buy something because I'm talking about it, right? I'm just letting you know how me and the bullish currency is viewing these projects or these things that we're discussing, and just my thoughts, right? Just my thoughts on it. So Shiba Inu, right? Interesting day. What a drop, right? I mean, for some people, they're like, whoa, really depends on where you got in at. But there are people who are panicking right now. I think I've had a couple people already ask me, are you selling all your Shiba? you know, um, and to be honest, from what I see, still, I'm not really too worried. It's still kind of just correcting itself. It's still just a nice, 50% retracement. And I don't 50% retracement, somewhere around it. I don't know. I haven't done it. I just can look at it with my eyes and see it was about 50%. But just a regular retracement. I mean, we got candles that are, just respecting these levels right here, right? This is like a retest of this area over here. We just got a couple of nice wicks on these last 4-hour candles. So I wouldn't be surprised if maybe one more comes down and tests and creates a wick, or turns bullish and we start to come back up here, at least to retest these areas. But obviously, why wouldn't we want, right? Part of the Shiba army, why wouldn't we just want it to continue to break through these levels to climb back up to previous all-time highs? But right now, it's just sitting on a support level still. This is a break and retest, right? There's not much to worry about chart-wise that I see. Of course, if you were thinking, if I was thinking, to when it was a good time to take some bag out or add to the bag, you guys already know from previous videos. Up here, based on the pattern and stuff that I saw up here, there was many times it kind of told you to potentially get out. In this area, you had a pattern that told you maybe this is going to slow down now. And then, of course, when it formed somewhat of a little flag, and created some kind of trend lines, it eventually broke out of that area. And that was another, based on just chart analysis, another time for you to, maybe collect some of the bag. And then when it came down here and made its retracement down to the, I have to look at the fibs again. I have my fibs all over the place right now, but it definitely came down to a nice level, and then formed what I told you guys about, the classic W, right? Bullish pattern. And this was a good area to add to the bag. Yeah. And then, of course, when you saw it come back up here and it just basically retested this area right here and kind of respected it and started to go bearish again. And the lower lows and the lower highs were also very evident. And then we started consolidating here very nicely for a while. But, also obvious, pure, just basic chart analysis was we got some candles that eventually broke out of this area, eventually broke out, retested, and came back down. Now this is where we are right now, retesting previous structure over here. So, as a trader, you just, for me personally, if, most people always ask, how do you know when to pull out, or how do you know when you should just pull out? And I'm like, well, basically just look at it for the opposite direction with your analysis. Look at it like okay. So if you're bullish on it, but you don't know when to pull out because you're in big drawdown, whatever, it's simple. If you see the opposite happening, like the opposite, you want to go bullish, but if you start seeing bearish confirmations, patterns, all that stuff, obvious basics and stuff happening, it's already kind of telling you. I mean, it gave people, for those who got in really early, like we did over here in the bullish currency community, I mean, it was a big, massive gain. So, as is, it was a big, massive gain. So, collecting some of that bag somewhere in this area when we had all these patterns was a great time. Adding to the bag down here when we had more patterns and stuff for bullish momentum was a good time. Then when we saw his consolidations, basic, like any other consolidation. You're just waiting for it to make its move, and it made its move, and it continued down. But of course, when it continued down, it ended up right here on another previous level area. So of course, it's going to slow down right here again too. Not only that, but traders and smart investors, I know how to read a chart, are also easily seeing that and adding to their bags. Right? This for some people, this is a great opportunity to add to the bag. But for some people, it's like, oh my God, it's crashing, you know? So, you know, I always tell people, like, you know, once again, this is not financial advice, but, you know, I just say, go with you know, listen to your gut, but, you know how to read a chart, you know some basics and fundamentals. All right. So that's what I saw happening the whole entire time. But, you know, depending on how early you got in, it might not be much of a worry. Depending on how much of your bag you collected along the way, it might reduce the worry. But if you're one of those who kind of just bought the hype and got in somewhere up here, then yeah, you're worried. So, I mean, this is why you just don't buy hype, right? You have to pay attention and take this stuff serious, and then you can get some serious results. Okay, so here we go. Let's go check out something over here. Let's go check out Shiba. 1 second. Let's see what's going on here. I want to see something. Yeah. 40 is a quad 40 is a good support level area. So I do suspect that this can you know, same, I'm looking at a chart. I do believe this can drop down to this area again. And what I would like to see is it stop here, respect this area, and start to form bullish patterns. There's quite a few, but there's only specific ones I believe that are most effective that I focus on, and they're typically overlooked. And that's what we teach over here at the bullish currency community. So I do believe it's going to pull down maybe a little bit more, and respect this area is what I would want to see. And then from respect, I would want to see some patterns. All right, so that's that. Let me scroll down. Oh, look at that though. Look at that. Look at this big volume bar, right? A lot of volume came in. People saw that as a great. Wait, it wicked all the way down to 30. Whoa, that was a great buying opportunity. People saw and they were like, get in. So, I mean, you can see people are selling, people are buying, you know, it's not too crazy. I'm sure, you know, in the middle of the night, I believe that's probably when a lot of sellers are rolling in, you know, depending on what time zone you're in. We got a lot of buyers rolling in too, because like I said, people are educated. They see this as a great buying area. You know, I'm not saying that, you know, it is. For me personally, you know, at this point, because it's so close to this area, I have to wait for specific confirmations, like I mentioned earlier, to even consider that. But from the overall picture, yeah, it's consolidating. It's on a level. It's fine. You know, I mean, it's not too much of a big difference from the last video. But yes, it has dropped a little bit. Nothing to really worry about. So let's go ahead and check out some. So we are down like a little 6%, nothing crazy. I want to check out the holders though. That's always interesting. So here we go, guys. After that massive drop of holders, it is back on the steady incline and back to very close to, you know, getting back into the million zone. And I think that's going to happen. All right. But look at this steady climb again, back to a steady climb like it was, where it's basically going up. You know, it's going up about 4K right now at a time. Yeah, about 4K. Before we were previously going up about 10K at a time. So the momentum on the holders did slow down, but it's picking back up. And that's a good sign, especially from this area. That shows we have a lot of educated people out there looking at this area as a potential good area. So, I mean, yeah, buyers and sellers are just rolling in, guys. They're rolling in. But look, overall, I think I'm still bullish on, you know, Shiba. I want to show you one more thing that's very interesting. And take it with you and do what you must with it. But let me go ahead and share my screen for this picture specifically. Here we go. All right, so you should be able to see this should be able to see this, guys. All right, so here we go. So look, Shiba, you know, went through this. You know, this area down here is, you know, where very few people, this area here, where very few people actually usually get in. And yeah, most people get in, who are decently knowledgeable in the circle, I guess you could say, or of crypto, get in somewhere here. The most people get in here. They see a little bit of gain, they get excited. They see the drop, they stop talking about it. You don't see them talking about it on social media no more. Comes up a little bit more. They're like, "Oh my God, I told you, buy it." Right. And then it drops, and then they go through this complacency, anxiety, denial, panic. Everyone is selling. I need to get the hell out. Right. Boom. Returns to previous all-time low area. And then the cycle repeats, right? And every time it does, if it's a good project, it's a legit thing, it could make new highs, right? So we see that this is the market cycle. This is how Bitcoin looked. If you look at an overall picture of Bitcoin, and we're going to go ahead and do that right now with Bitcoin and Shiba. Let's go ahead. And here we go. All right, so let's go ahead and check out the daily. Let's see what the daily looks like. This is what the daily looks like, guys. Okay, this is what the daily looks like. Let me go ahead and back to the 4-hour. I know that's going to look even better. Okay. So you see this, right? You see this, right? Okay, I'm going to go to the daily. Okay, here we go. Pay attention. Now let's go to Bitcoin. Let's go to, I might have to go to the weekly. Bitcoin's been around for a while, right? Right, this would happen, right? All the people, regular people are getting in, I won't say regular people, sorry. All the knowledgeable people that are in the circles that know about this stuff ahead of time, because they're in that space already. Those are all these guys. And then eventually others start to find out, then the masses start to find out, and then boom, right? The same type of dip, right? Denial, all that stuff, right? Return back to previous levels. Sideways movement, consolidation. Then eventually what? Same thing. Eventually another blast off. And this is what's happening right now. Right. So now we're in a different part of the cycle. But I just wanted to show you this part mainly. Now go back to Shiba. And we got to look at the daily for the picture. See the picture? So we could easily just go sideways for a little while longer and a massive explosion could happen. But I'm also not, also not against the fact that I do believe there's a good chance that it could also break through a couple more levels and actually come to this previous level. Now, depending on how early you got, that might not hurt you that much. But if you're thinking long term, like I am, I think this project has a very much long-term potential. So if the pattern repeats, guys, we're going to see something amazing. But doesn't mean the bumpy ride isn't over. So, do what you must, do what you feel. It's your decisions, right? This is just for entertainment, education purposes. This is what we're doing, how we're feeling over here at the bullish currency community, guys. Definitely go ahead and share this video, because I think a lot of people out there, might be panicking, who knows, but they definitely might need this information or this video. So guys, that's pretty much it for this session. Until the next time, guys, stay blessed and stay bullish.